One of my quieter moments here on my tour of the US through California, I just wanted to share a couple of things that have really struck me as I've been going about speaking at different events and venues and to different clubs and different groups of individuals. And one of the things that's become really clear is that we are all, everybody who's lived through this last 2 years of truly dark times, people are carrying with them almost like an injury. So everybody is in some way injured by the experience of either being locked down or forced into masks, or seeing their children forced into masks, or the world suddenly moving off its axis, things not being how you thought they were, everything you thought you believed in turning out not to be true, relationships with families, your own children not speaking to you anymore. You know, I'm very cognizant of the fact that there was this thing, COVID deaths with or to or by or from COVID. But no one spoke of the COVID deaths inside families where individuals are still alive but dead to that family member. So many kind of proud families who don't want to speak about their private details in public have children that no longer speak to them because they don't believe in the state injectable, or children that don't speak to them because they won't acknowledge, say, over here that Biden is president. For many grandparents, it's often the son who marries the daughter-in-law, and then because of their differences in opinions, the grandchildren are kind of held as hostage. So grandparents who haven't seen their grandchildren for 2 years, even though they only live maybe a mile up the road. And I know this is not a story of just America. This is a story of English people, of Australians, of New Zealanders, of Canadians, all of you that get in touch with me from around the world, and you share exactly the same thing. And what I observe is that everybody is carrying this injury in one way or another. And unlike a normal injury or illness, unlike my epilepsy or say cancer or a car crash, there's no immediate signs of, hurt or pain. So in my case with epilepsy, having dislocated shoulders, or a car crash where you will see trauma, or cancer where we lose our hair or our, eyebrows, or we're able to talk about chemo. This is an injury that no one's talking about too much because it's not visible, it's not obvious. There's nothing to show, there's no broken limb to hold up. But it's an injury that everybody's carrying. And the more that I go about and we meet in person and we laugh together and someone understands and someone says, I've cocked up more than most. I humiliate myself on stage on a daily basis because my life is in some ways humiliating. And it's like a valve, it's like a release valve. By standing up there and bearing my soul and all my failings, it's almost like someone undoes the top of a huge water bottle sitting inside of everyone that they're carrying, and it just kind of releases it, and this kind of overflowing, this tsunami of emotion comes tumbling out. And that's what I'm finding more and more. And so I guess the message is, and the reason I'm doing this is because it so struck me, it stayed with me all day, is that, you are carrying that injury and you're not on your own with it. And if sometimes you just feel off or off kilter or off balance or just overwhelmed, it's because you're carrying it too. And so little by little over the period of time that follows, no matter what befalls us next, because surely things are not going to get easier, is that we have to try and recognize we're carrying this injury. Be cognizant of the fact that you can't show someone the hurt bit so that they can, triage it and somehow make you better, but that you're going to have to triage yourself. And at any moment that you can start to offload some of it, unscrew the cap and release some of it out, definitely do that. And if I can help play a part of that, partly through laughter and partly through really a deep level of understanding, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. So I look forward to seeing you on the road. Have stand-up nights in Long Beach on the 20th, Santa Monica on the 23rd, Texas, we're sold out there. And then I will get to Tallahassee, and I will keep going, and I will be in London on the 19th, and I will be in Blackpool in May. But we will find a way to heal the injuries of the last 2 years together. So without any comedic effort, that was really what I wanted to say.